Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's TAG97 again. Hope you're doing very well today. We're going over the HECKLER and KOCH VP9. And also do not forget, guys, I have Instagram as well. Just go down to the description down below, find the links, find a link that says TAG97 and hit that link. Once you do that, you go straight to my IG and hit that follow button. And you get anything that's exclusively happening on Instagram and you never get to see on the YouTube channel. I also want to thank my viewers, subscribers, and of course my Patreon donors. Without your guys' love and support, the channel will never be big as it is today. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart as always. Thank you so much. And a special thank you to Anthony for letting the firearm for this week. And let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about the educational part of the video, or better known as the specifications. So with that being said, let's talk about this really nice little suitcase you get with this gun. So of course you have your famous letters H and K, which is probably most recognized two letters that are read out there on the firearm market. And if you're wondering how to pronounce H and K, it's actually pronounced HECKLER and KOCH, not KOCH. And if you don't believe me, on H and K's website they have an FAQ. You go there and that's actually one of their most frequently asked questions as well. How do you pronounce KOCH? Is it KOCH? Is it this and that? It's KOCH. So it's HECKLER and KOCH. Anyway, so that being out of the way, let's get into the firearm and the case and what comes with it, right? So I really like this little, spy case that you get with it. It's very nice in my opinion. So you open it up and you get this really nice foam cutout. It's really beautiful, really nicely designed. It's like they took their time making this, and I appreciate when a company takes their time with their firearms instead of just throwing it in a box and like, here you go, good luck, and hopefully it works. So I really appreciate that H&K took their time. You get one speed loader, 2 magazines, the firearm itself, and you get all these different grips, panels to change out, just in case your hand size does not specifically fit that firearm, or you just need to change it, because everyone has different hand sizes. We're all special and unique in our own way. You also get a special lock, sticker, and the manual for the firearm. And because we're going to be talking about the firearm, let's get the firearm out of the box and get into that now. So I'm going to put the box to the side. Alrighty, so the overall length of this firearm is going to be leaving you at 7.34 inches overall length, which is very close to the Glock 19 size. So it's somewhat compact, but to me, it feels like a full-size frame, probably because that it's just a little bit thicker than I expected it to be. But I can definitely see you concealed carrying this for sure. And if you're wondering what that barrel length is, it's going to be leaving you at 4.09 inches. So roughly 4 inches overall length of that barrel. Other than that, it's very compact. Very nice. This is also striker fired, and you even have a cocking indicator in the back of the slide, which is a really nice feature. Alright, so let's get into the interesting part of the video. Let's talk about the magazine that comes with this firearm, the ammo we use in today's video, and the best recommended grain by experts on a gun community that I follow and talk to once in a while too. So with that being said, let's get into that magazine. So I will tell you that this is not the VP9 Bravo. The Bravo model is the one that has a push button on the side of the grip. This has a paddle on the trigger guard, which is ambidextrous. So if you're lefty, you're in luck. All you have to do is push down on those paddles and your magazine is released. It takes a minute getting used to. I always believe adapt and overcome. You should be able to shoot any type of firearm and adapt to it very quickly. If not, and you truly dislike that method, you do make that Bravo model, which you can get, like I just mentioned. So since this is not what we're talking about at the moment, let's put that to the side. So you get two 15+1 magazines. They're very sturdy, durable, really light, and they come out very easily. And they also come back inside the firearm very easily as well. And let's talk about the ammo we use in today's video, which is Winchester, and I'll show you a picture real quick. So we use Winchester 124 grain full metal jackets. Very reliable, and we've been using this ammo for, I don't really know anymore, like probably 6 videos, I believe. Very durable, reliable, and good grouping too. And so let's talk about the best grains to be using with this handgun in particular. So the H&K VP9 seems to cycle and love 115 grain, 124 grain, and 135 grain. Now, of course, you can use other grains, especially if you're carrying some type of defense rounds for concealed carry or just on the go kind of thing. you can use that, of course. There's nothing wrong with that, or whatever's available as well. Just that seems to be the best grain to be using with this handgun. Okay, so let's get into my favorite part of the video, trigger poundage test. Now I will clear the firearm to make sure it's safe and ready to go for this. I'm going to put the magazine to the side, and there's nothing inside there anyway. And if you're wondering, the mag release is on that trigger guard, just in case you skipped to this part and you did not catch that. Also, I want to say that most handguns that are semi-automatic do have a slide indicator that lets you know if there's a round in there or not. And also a cool feature in the back of this slide, the VP9 in particular, has another indicator that lets you know that the firearm has been cocked and the slide's been racked back and that hammer is ready to go. So you're basically ready to shoot, obviously if there's one in a chamber. So I'm going to let you know that the firearm is cleared and we are ready to go. So on the H&K website, it says that the VP9 is roughly about a 5.4 trigger pound. And I'm going to put that to the test. Now, the only safety on this firearm is the trigger itself. It does have like a Glock safety almost. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And we're going to test this out. Now, I'm going to let you know that this has been zeroed. And let's find out what that trigger poundage is. I'm going to find that sweet spot. And I'm going to start slowly pulling on it until we get that number that we're looking for. And I should hear a distinct click. Wow. Just about 5.5. I'm going to test that out one more time just to make sure that is the correct estimation that this test tool is going to give us. Now keep in mind this has had rounds through it, so it could have worn it out a little bit, but not by much. So I'm going to wait for that click yet again, and once I hear it, I'm going to show you guys real quick. There you go. That is very close to 5.4 right there. So as you see, H&K got it right on the money with that. Now I will say other firearm experts out there and gun reviewers that are on YouTube have all said the same exact thing, that the H&K has the most nice trigger right out of the box without any modifications, even better than Glock. So I have to somewhat agree that it does feel really nice and crisp when you shoot it. It's something that you have to personally feel to understand. Alrighty, so let's talk about the weight of this firearm with obviously nothing inside the magazine housing or anything inside the chamber. And also everyone's least favorite subject, to MSRP. So let's get into that. Right away, I will say that this is maybe a little bit heavier than what most people are used to carrying. So with anything inside the firearm whatsoever or any aftermarket pieces, this is going to be leaving you at 1.6 pounds or conversion ounces, which is 25.56. Now, you also got to think about when you have a full loaded magazine and then one in a chamber, depending on which grain you're carrying as well, what kind of ammo type depends on how much extra weight you're throwing on you. So it could be leaving you at 2 pounds roughly, depending on, like I said, the ammo type that you're using. And let's get into everyone's least favorite subject, the MSRP or the retail price of this firearm. So I've seen mom and pop shops, online deals, and obviously H&K on the website saying how it should be sold for $720 roughly. And obviously, tax and FFL shipping as well if you're buying online. But I've seen it also low at $600, so it's kind of a give or take. Also depends on the state that you're in, because I get a lot of my good California subscribers always tell me that they're getting hit heavily with pricing with firearms that are just mind-boggling to me. So my California subscribers, you guys have a lot of patience, because that's terrible that you guys go through that. So bless your hearts. Anyway, it really depends on location where you get this, but you should be paying roughly between $600 and $720 for this firearm. Alright, so since I'm done talking about the specifications or educational part of the video, let's talk about how I personally feel about this firearm, the negative and the positivity. Now, when I talk about the negativity of any firearm review or product on this YouTube channel, it's not that I'm bashing the company or trying to make them look bad. It's just my own personal feelings. So do not attack me in the comment section just for having my own opinion. Just like I won't get mad at you guys for having your own. So with that being said, let's get the negativity out of the way, since I don't like talking about negativity. Number one, yes, I do know they make a Bravo model, which is the one that has your mag release on the side of the grip. This one in particular has the mag release on that trigger guard, which is a paddle you push down and the magazine comes out like how it should. The only issue I have with this is if you're a new shooter and you don't know much about firearms, I feel like knowing how people are at the range, and I'm seeing them all the time, is that I feel like somehow one of them is going to slip on that finger and pull that trigger down while trying to release that mag release. I feel like that could be a safety issue, so make sure you always read your manual book that comes with every firearm to make sure that you know your firearm inside and out. Other than that, the only other issue that I seen them ran into was that spring, the recoil spring to be exact, for this firearm. It seemed to be, if I can describe it, it felt like a 40 cal spring coming back at me. Not that I can't handle recoil, because I could shoot a 45 with no problem. It just seemed a little bit more aggressive than I thought it would for a 9mm. Other than that, negativity wise, it's fine. The firearm does its job. So let's get into what I actually really love and adore about it, the grip. I really love that aggressive grip on here. Now, it's not like sandpaper where it's going to cut your skin, because I know people cry about that all the time. Personally, I like aggressive grips, but this one's in between to me. I have really sweaty hands occasionally, especially if it's hot out, of course. But I feel like if I was to go in a swimming pool, come out and start going shooting in my backyard, obviously safely, of course, and I was to grab this gun, I feel like I would have a nice firm grip on it and wouldn't fly out if I shot the first round. They're also interchangeable, so if I was to lend this to a buddy or something, he or she could use the firearm without issues, because everyone has different hand sizes. I really love the trigger. It's nice and light and gets the job done. So maybe it'll pop off rounds, but without jerking the trigger because it was too much play or something in it, or some other issue that could happen. I really like the sights too. They're very good at night. Now keep in mind, these are not tritium sights. They're luminescent, so they require light to work, but they don't last forever. Keep that in mind. I like that H&K seems to be a very ambidextrous friendly company. So my lefties out there, you seem to be in luck that H&K loves you guys, putting even a slide release that is ambidextrous as well. You have picketed rail, which you could use your laser light combos, or just run it plain if you don't want to put anything on there and keep it how it came out of the box. That's totally up to you as a shooter, but you do have that option. Other than that, it's very accurate, reliable, and I would highly recommend it to you. So definitely TAG97 approved. What an awesome gun this was to shoot. Okay, so now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the video, the shooting compilation. Now, if you did skip this part, I always recommend you go back to learn the specifications. If not, no worries. Just do me the solid and hit that like button, and of course subscribe, because that's always highly appreciated. You guys have no idea how much it means to me getting a notification on my phone saying that a new subscriber just subscribed, and it puts such a big smile to my face. And if you're recently subscribed to the channel and this is one of the first few videos that you watch, I welcome you to the TAG97 family with open arms, and you are very much appreciated and loved here, I promise. So, of that being said, I'm pretty sure you're getting tired of listening to me, because even I'm getting tired of hearing myself. But I hope you enjoy the video. So as you see, the H&K VP9 is definitely a very reliable handgun. I had a blast shooting it. I loved it. Overall, a sexy, good-looking gun, and I'm very happy I got to shoot another firearm from HK. Yet again, I really like Heckler and KOCH. Such a good company, reliable firearms, and just an overall beautiful gun, seriously. So, highly recommend it, and definitely TAG97 approved. I do want to show you groupings real quick and the best of accuracy I could do. So at 7 yards, I took 3 rounds to the best of my ability, and the same thing at 25 yards, I took 3 rounds to the best of my ability. Now keep in mind, every time I show you a picture of this, I'm not going to probably hit the bullseye. I always do the best I can. I'm just trying to show you the grouping on how well it performs. So you gotta remember, when I switch to different platforms of handguns, rifles, I sometimes will be slightly off, and I know some people are like, oh, you're terrible at shooting. No, if you look at it, my groupings are hitting in the same exact spot basically, so I'm not bad. It's just that when I switch to different platforms and I only have a certain amount of time to actually learn the firearm before I do a review, it just to tell you that, you know, it's not like I trained many hours on it. Now, my own personal firearms that I take a lot of time training with, then yeah, I have no excuse. But right out of the box, and first time me shooting this handgun, I gotta say I actually love it. And it was something very unique and refreshing to review on this channel. So I'm very satisfied with it. I hope if you buy one, you get the same feeling too. It's almost getting like butterflies in your stomach kind of feeling. But anyway, besides that, if you did enjoy watching this video, I always recommend you hit that like button and definitely subscribe too, because it's always highly appreciated. I got nothing more for y'all. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy. I catch you next time, and thank you so much for watching.